We have to get you in over there. There we go. That should make all... Oh, actually... I completely forgot that these have a crafting speed of 0.5 and not a crafting speed of 1. So, technically, we are making... Now we're making 3 biomass per second. And we need more. We need even more than that. So we will have to double it yet again. Or is there a better biomass recipe? We make it out of plankton in the evaporator, which makes us 1 per second. So that's actually maybe not a too terrible idea. Actually, it should be... Oh, you know what I did? Aren't these? Yeah! It are! I remember you. Oh, but you need iron ore. Ah. Nah. That should be fine. Dump this in, please. But yeah, these are all not working because they do not get enough biomass in. Now, do we have a iron ore thingy field nearby? Doesn't even have to be a big one. Speaking of iron ore, how much actually do we still have? 2.3 million. That should be fine. There's 6 million over here. 1.3, 6 million over there. That should be fine. But sadly, no iron ore in the immediate vicinity. Yeah, this will bug us at some point because of all the sand that's being made. But this should keep us at least going for a while. We also need more lights in here, it's way too dark. Because I want to see if these are going or not. That should do it. So these are running at full capacity already, which is great, but they have no extra biomass in their coffers, which means there's still not enough biomass coming through. And then these should be making some more poop once in a while. Are there maybe any iron ore recipes? Oh! There are! If we make these... thingamajigs over here. These fungi. And that's probably not a bad idea. Because these fungi are also part of the nutrition, which is required for the orc food down here. We need the Fawoge things, so I'm thinking about making one of these. And for these we need the spore collectors. We're going off track completely again. And we have these spore collectors in here. Now, how big are these? Decent. These can just run indefinitely. There you go. Wow. They are loud. They are super loud. So they are making these spores. That's good. Now to make the farm, we would need to make one of these first ourselves, or else the farm would be going indefinitely. For this, we also need to make some ground samples. At some point, we do need to make some ground samples, because we do need ground samples for green science. For green science. So let's kick it off ASAP. Ground samples. Ground samples can be found over here. Ground samples are made out of rich clay and more soil. So we need even more snow soil, something we can make out of the soil extractor. That's easy to do. And rich clay is something you do out of clay. Ash, water. Wait, what? Really? Only ash and water? You're not getting clay out of a clay pit? Ed? I'm sorry. I'm a bit confused about this. We do have a clay extractor over here. You make normal clay. And rich clay is ash and water. Huh. I wasn't expecting that. We have an ash line down here, which we can upgrade. It's actually going through here. So maybe first of all, let's just set it up on the quick, so that we get some initial clay going, so that we can make one of these for the ground sample. And how actually we should actually no. That's preposterous. We're going to set it up over here. Nope, that's wrong. Where would it be? Rich clay. Pull it along. You're making... Yeah, that's fine. But you do need a heavy input. Of the clay itself. Now let's see. And I put a water pump, say, over here. Make water. Pull this over. Good. There is no power down here. Also possible to get rich clay from tar, is it? Tar, what can't you do with it? Tar is just absolutely amazing, it seems. Also, how much water? Okay, we have 2 of these, so we need 500 water every 3 seconds. You're making 300 water per second. That's going to be fine. Pull you along like this. But that tar recipe, that's probably later on, isn't it? Because I haven't seen it yet. And output priority is that way. Also, I'm pretty sure, let's see, we require 25 ashes every 3 seconds. We have crafting speed of 1.5, so we require 37.5 every... Wait. Yeah, every 3 seconds. So that's just over yellow belt, so this will be fine. So there comes the clay. Then where's that ground sample? Oh. There we are. We need soil. We need 5. We need 1 of these per second. We're currently making... We're making more. Ground sample. There we go. So you also need 1 of these. For this we need pretty much everything again. Co-processing 1? Seriously? No, this is petroleum co-processing. But then it should... Oh wait, it's probably a byproduct, isn't it? It's probably not a direct product. This requires... Yeah, over here. Oh, that's actually not bad. Look at this. Wait. What? That's not at all completely confusing. It's a carbon dioxide recipe, which is at its core, it's fine. But it also makes aromatics, flue gas, and rich clay. And I'm pretty sure down here... Do we even need CO2 in this production chain? Yes, we need CO2 in this production chain down here. To make the rubber. That's good to know. Oh, there are so many hidden recipes here and there. You have to admit, I wouldn't expect in a CO2 recipe to be that kind of output. But yeah. Tar, what can't it do? So this will be making the ground samples, and we will also be making this for the green science. Let's place you, say, over here. It's going in completely. Connect you up. Pull this along. There we go. And then we also need an input. I'm pretty sure 1 of these is enough. Oh, they make 10? That's going to be more than enough. Ground samples. Hey, look at this. Alien sample tier 1. The only thing we actually need is to make biosamples. And for this, the only thing we actually need is the Releasia seeds. So we are going to gun it. First of all, these boys. We need the spores. The spores we can pick up over there. Thank you, spores. Can I have 1 more, please? I want to have 60 in my pocket. Ah, there it comes. Good. So we have 60 spores, that's fine. Then we need the codex. The codex shouldn't be that hard, it's only resources we have laying around. Make 1 codex, please. Then we need a mushroom DNA sample. Do we have 1 of these laying around? Random earth DNA, let's pick it up. We're probably going to need it. No, we don't have 1. So we have to order 1 from earth. Mushroom DNA. Ah. With the exception of the codex, we have everything. So we need another codex, which means we need more copper. We need even more copper. Let's just wait for this to complete. Oh, we're out of red signs. Let's go to our chest. It's down there. Pick up a stack. Boop. One, two, three. There we go. Make another codex, please. So then we have everything over there. And then we need a bit of steam in a nursery. We have the nursery down here. Where we made the blue stuff. Now we're going to make this stuff. Ah, can't pick fruits. Let's pick it up. Place it over here. Make this stuff. For this we need steam. Steam is easy to do. We basically need one of these. And a bit sad that we can't build a crawdad. I really wanted to show that thing around. Good, and then in goes the steam. Boop. Go around. And here have a bit of this. Good, steam is in. While we wait for this thing to complete, we are going to need some of these plantations. For these plantations, we're going to need some more dirt. We have tons and tons of soil over there. And we're also going to require some other stuff, but that should be fine. We are dirt farmers. We need wood. Oh, basically we need wood. Ha! That was easy. Make 4. 4 sounds like... Wow. Still need more wood. Zoom it all. So, how fast can we make these? Without anything, these grow at a rate of 4 every 70 seconds. If we add a bit of water, they go at 1 every 10 seconds. If we add some shit to it, it goes even faster. And if we add some shit and some fungal substrate to it, it goes the fastest. We're going with this recipe with the water, because having water in there is not that hard for us to do. And if we have 4, this is... So if we have 6 of these... No, if we have 10 of these, it's 1 per second. How many do we actually need? If we want to supply all of our creatures with food, this makes 3 food every 10 seconds. The best poop recipe requires us to make 1 every 120 seconds. We have 60, so we need to make it at a rate of a half per second. Half per second would mean 2 of these. So we would require 1 Fabergé per second. And 1 Fabergé per second would require us to make 10 Fabergé plantations. So we're going to do that. And I'm not Fabergé. You're Fabergé. Sorry about that. It's a stupid joke. I enjoy stupid jokes way too much. We still need some soil. Blood circuits! No, we're back to poop circuits. Poop is better than blood. No, poop is thicker than blood. Yes. That's the thing. That's 3. We need 1 more, so we need a little bit more soil. But the blood circuits will be back. Don't you worry. We still have to process that blood once we are going to full slaughter our creatures. But for now, we're concentrating on poop circuits. Make another one of these. So we have 10 of these. Most excellent. Then you should be fine. Yes, you are done. No, you're not done. You're almost done. Let's have a quick drink. But hey, Elenko Greatstorm, how are you doing? Are you enjoying your Saturday? There we go. Everything's great here, working on your map. Excellent. Good, we're making the first one of these. So, do these make... Oh, we still have to put the spores in. That's going to be a bit annoying. If we have 10 of these, we do require 30 spores per second. Not per second. 0.5 spores per second. Woo! So, 1 spore every 2 seconds. Our current setup creates us... What's your crafting time? Crafting speed is 1. Also seems we have power issues. Wow. I think these are running at maximum capacity. Make one of these. We're currently not using our power to the maximum efficiency. I do know that. And I'm pretty sure we can add 2 more combustion turbines to the mix. We have 4 powerhouses, which make... Where is it? I think it's over here. We have 4 powerhouses, which make 600, 200 per second. And we have... One of these consumes... Only 60? These are going non-stop, and the combustion mixture is out of it most of the time. Oh, I see what's the problem. Yeah, you're producing... Oh, you're producing 150 every 3 seconds. So you make 50 per second, and these require 60 per second, so it's the wrong way around. That's also why power always seems to drop for a short while as these tick over. So then the question is, why are you not working? You're not getting any water. That's an easy fix. We should be careful. This is a water cycle, so we shouldn't pump in too much water. That should be fine. And now it's going. A cool 100 megawatts already. But yeah, power is a thing that we will have to take a look at soon. There are multiple power making recipes, which I do enjoy highly. Especially this lard one. Just throw the lard into the power plant and make some power out of it. Which is definitely going to be a thing we're going to do with all our lard. Kinda curious to see that you... Oh, because it's made of hydrogen. Yeah, that's probably the reason why you can burn this. But burning deeper rain, burning aromatics is also probably not something we want to do. We could start burning up oil directly. At some point. Shale oil, coal gas. But I think currently running on coal gas is a good idea. Nevertheless, I was looking at these things, and I think these things make spores at a rate of 0.4 per second or something. Where are they? There. No, 0.4 every 15 seconds. That's not good. Any other way to make these spores? Hey Church, how are you doing? Currently messing around with too much stuff again. Also, turning ox into bone meal directly is probably even better for science than going through the full render mode, which we kinda stopped at the moment. Nevertheless, that's going to be super annoying if these... We would require, if we want to make 0.5 per second, we would require 15 of these, then a little bit more, so maybe 20 of these. To get our plantation going. I also haven't found the car yet. It's in the recipe, it's in the tree, it's under zoology. There he is. There's the crawdad. And he can be made in a creature chamber, but the recipe isn't in. I clicked on my creature chamber earlier this day, and it's just not in there. He's missing. He should be in here. Maybe we have to place it again. Let's replace it. Maybe that does the trick. Nope, it's still not in there. But here are the first of our mushrooms. Mushroom. It's most definitely a bug. Fire walks in, I will have a word about it. Nevertheless, we need 20 of these. Oh god, 20. That's like 1,400 steel, that's not a problem. And a ton of wood. Oh, let's make him then. So, what are we missing? We are missing... Oh, wood. Also, you might notice that the sounds are working. I've been playing without game sounds for, I think, 2 or 3 weeks, and I haven't noticed that. I'm very ashamed of myself, but... that's how things go. As a punishment for myself, I had to subscribe to somebody else. Which I did highly enjoy. We have 20 of these. And 10 of these. I see a synergy coming. Hey there, thank you for the follow. Jimmy, absolutely. I always try to follow all the people that follow me, just for a possible raids target at the end of the day. Though I do have a prioritized raiding target list, but sometimes when there are no raids at the end of the day or no targets, I do like to raid one of my followers. So, more copper. Make 3 more of these. Let's pick up the other ones over there. Not required anymore. Do these actually... Oh, these produce pollution. Ah. Let's pick this all up. There we go. Yeah. I think you can make the best Twitch success if you're being nice to everyone and be just a team player. Nevertheless, we need more copper. So, let's see these plantations. Where are they? No, that's spore collector. There they are. Okay. And then we're going to junk one of these next to it. So, you're going to make spores. You're going to make these. You require 3 spores every 60 seconds. In 60 seconds, you would be making 1.6. 2 of these make 3.2. So it's a 2-to-1 ratio. And we have 1, 2 more. Oh, we're making cable in our pockets. That's not good. Stop making this one then. Make 2 more. And now we're making pipes. That's also not... That should be fine. Pick that one up. Good. What else are we missing? We are missing copper. So that's 14, 15, 16, 2 more. Oh, 4 more, sorry. $17 more copper. 18, 19, 20. Let's make a plantation. Also, that's... Wait, that's only for the food of these. Of 10 of these, so we're making 30 of these. We require them then to make the food. Yeah. If we want to make iron out of them, as we can over... Where is it? Should be in here somewhere. Or is it in here? Is it in here? Iron. There it is. We can atomize them into iron. For that we would need yet another plantation. But then again, this would make 0.5 iron per second. Oh, that's such a large footprint. That's an insane footprint. We are probably going to build over these ancient remains for now, just because we can. Or maybe we could also place... Yeah, let's place it over here. So, we need one of these, flanked by one of these, flanked by another one of these. And then it's going to be like input, input. Let's place the output over there. And then it's going to be like 1, 2. Wait, maybe. We are going to have 20 of these, so maybe 2 rows of 5. And then how do we get the stuff out? Yeah, probably by means of a common belt in the middle. And then we have something like this. And then we have you there, you on the other side. In. And then some nice power poles. And then you make spores. You make this stuff. I see how this goes. Let's place you... seriously? It's off center? Let's see if we can fix this water. Under, over. And then you go there, you go there. Actually, if we... Most excellent. And then we can also ferry the water like this. Good. That's going to be our blueprint. Also, I am thinking about something. Where is it? There. Need some more aluminum, and we're going to make a few robots. We're going to make a bootleg personal roboport because I'm far too tired to place these buildings myself. I'm far too lazy for that. So let's make some construction bots, which we can put into our pocket. For this we need this aluminum. There we go, make one of these. We're just going to shimmy this stuff around in a storage chest, which we just carry with us, dump everything in, let the robots build everything, and then just walk away. That's so much easier. How much rubber do you have? 26. That's enough for like 4 of them. Let's see. More copper, please. More engines, please. Engines are up there. Make 2 more. Ah, you're making cable. That's not good. What? No, that's fine. It's 3. So then, let's go farming. We could also make it all in a line. And now that I think about it, we don't even have to cram it in over here. We can just cram it further up north, because these are pollution-eating buildings. So the further north we do this, the better for us. And then we can still just belt the stuff around as we please. For example, over here. This is fine. 1 here. 2. 3, 4, 5, and then another row. Actually, another row. Whoop. Where's the robot port? It's over here. Does it fit in here? It does. Wow, it actually connects with the other one over there. That was something I wasn't expecting. And then we just place the chest. And then... Oh, they are already coming. Put these in, put these in, put the belts in, put the undergrounds in, put the inserters in. Put some of these in. And we also need some pipes and some underground. And just let the robots do their thingy. Gonna take a while, but it will be absolutely nice for these robots to do the thing for us. Just waiting for this robot to finish up. There we go. Robots, build this, please. How much water do we need? 1 operation of these spores takes us... Well, we have 20 of these. Yeah, 1 water pump will be fine. 1 water pump will be absolutely fine. We actually do have a deep water well, so we're probably going to use that one. Belt, underground, pipe. There we go. So then, we can make poop food with that. And speaking of poop food, how are things going over here? Liquid manure is... And these are still not going at an efficient rate. This could be going much better. So the second poop recipe is this one. It only requires water barrels and orc food. So we then actually do not have to do the biomass thing. Which is actually pretty good. So, how do we make the orc food? The orc food is moss, plastic. Shitting me. Plastic. Ah! Moss, seaweed, plastic. the plastic thing is actually the hardest part of it. But making plastic is not that hard because you can make it out of tar, if I remember correctly. This plastic thingy down here. No recipe. Did they stop your recipe at some point? Oh. Yeah, it's 3 to 1 to plastic. Or did the plastic recipe get? Oh, and synth gas. Yeah, that's this. That's pretty much this. And we can all make it out of tar. Do we have some tar pits over here? Maybe. Mine crude oil. Crude oil. Crude oil. There's some tar pits over there. That's the thing. We are currently not... wait. We have some tar over here. You are making tar, but not that much. Good. Well, we do need... How much tar would we need? That's the question. Let's maybe begin by making use of the tar that we have at hand upstairs in up north. So we're going to need 5 gasifiers and 4 tar processing units. And for the gasifiers, we need more small parts. More cable. And more pipe. And a bunch of iron. That was actually a bit too much. That's another one. Copper. How much do we have? 1, 2, 3, 4. That makes the syngas. The other stuff makes the plastics. Then we all put it together. Wait, I'm missing a... No, I'm not missing one. Syngas, aromatics. Aromatics we can make out of creosote. Creosote is something we can make out of tar. We require 75 tar per second. This makes 80 per tree. So 3 of these just make a little bit more than we need over there. And this makes the rest. Good. We're making it over here. This is where the food farm will be. You know, the max rate calculator is just a must-have mod for me. I'm too lazy to calculate everything on my own. There's the problem. There's the difference between you and me. I'm not too lazy to do it. I just do it. It's also a good practice for your brain. Just juggling some numbers around and thinking about it. Because, yeah, why not? And also, most of the time, I don't really calculate that much. I more or less just estimate. And I try to get my estimates as good as possible. Sometimes I fail spectacularly on those, which is pretty fun. But, yeah. We had Helmut installed at some point. And at some point, I just went, yeah, I'm not using this. Takes the fun away. Good. So, this is where we will be making the food then. We are going to need 2 of these. 2 of these will be making the food. So, this will be the terminal input, as we put it. Orc food. We're going to need some steam. Steam is basically only made out of water, so... Oh, I have an idea how we can make some steam. Let's place 2 next to each other. Steam will be going in. Then... yeah, we have to turn the belts around, but that's going to be fine. One of these, please. It's okay in vanilla, but pious ratios are so crazy I run out of fingers and toes to count down. You do know that you can count with your fingers to 1024 if you use the binary system. Also not quite sure if this is going to be a good idea, because we do have to weave it a bit. Oh, I know. 2 inputs. 2 inputs. That should be fine. And then you eat there, and you eat there. This will be the mushrooms. You can also actually think about of going on a half and half belt, because half and half belt is probably the thing we're going to do. Yes, actually I haven't done it for years. Good. Then we are going to require 1 moss per second. A moss farm. Let's make 1. We definitely need at least 1. 5 of them make 1 moss per second. Is it really 1 moss per second? Did I miscalculate this? No, it's 1 moss per second. So we're going to need 5 moss farms. Oh, also have this. Tacoman stand! Today's the day. Today of the circuits. Yes, we are gunning for it as fast as we can. Currently, we are optimizing poop output. To get more poop in a way. We are currently also building a mushroom plantation. We are switching off the idea of going for a blood circuit farm. We're going for poop circuits. Because as we all know, poop runs thicker than water. Wait. But we do need a few more of these, and for these we need more copper. No details, please. And I think we have an issue over here. Why is there no aluminum coming down? Oh, there is aluminum coming down the belt, but very, very slowly. Because the coal gas is not working anymore. And the coal gas is not working because... Where do we get it from? Get it from you. Oh. You are full of ash. So if we do something like this for a while. Oh, ash stashes a little bit higher, doesn't it? Does it go up to 1,000? It does. Burn ashes to ashes. Now, currently we're making clay out of them. There we go. And let's pick up the aluminum coming up this way. There it is. That's another 2. And then we are only missing some bricks. That should be easy. Then we're also going to need some seaweed farms, but I'm pretty sure we still have some seaweed farms in our storage. Also, no, this should be fine. Brick. Yeah, brick down here. One more seaweed farm. Seaweed. If we make seaweed with limestone, which we do have quite a bit of, we can make the fastest recipe. Let's see, seaweed farm, we have 3. How many do we need? We also need seaweed. Let's see. Also 1 per second. So if we have 2 of these, 3 of these, we'll make more than we need. 3 of these will make 24 every 20 seconds. And that's more, a little bit over 2.5 per second. So been there, done that. Ashes to ashes, and ashes come back. Wait. Should be dust to dust. It should be fine. Currently still have more blood than manure. Also, at some point we should go down in the south and pick up some of these remaining ox. We did order up some, so they should be done by now. This is slowly growing. Good. So we need 5 moss farms. Let's just place them right next to them. Oh. 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh. Bad time for the autosave. And then 3 of these. 1, 2, 3. Good. And we're yet again on expert spaghetti mode. Make it out of limestone. Wait, what? And you make the carbon dioxide recipe. Oh, this is a bit annoying. Actually not. If we do it like this, we can do a water line to the left and a CO2 line to the right. So then it would look something like this and this. Good. Quite sure how we're going to connect the water yet, but that's something we will see. Then limestone. How much limestone do you actually need? You need peanuts. That's how much you need. Make one of these. Hey Lee, how are you doing? Does Bosch know you're in here? I think Bosch is sitting over at Hippolytus' place and watching him over there. One of these, you are going to make limestone. This makes more than enough limestone for these to handle. He left me for half. Oh no! That bastard. And some more water. And how much water do we need? Not that much, actually. So this is like 500 every 15. So that's 33 per second. And this is... That's 300 per second. No, wait. 500 every 15 seconds. Yeah, it doesn't matter. We can make more than enough water. Especially if we place one of these McClunkies. That'll do fine for water. And then connect you up, connect you up. Everyone has water. Now, these will be getting their own water supply. Oh, actually, maybe we could also connect them up. I'm not quite sure yet. So, everyone has water. You have your limestone. You are only missing your CO2. Now. We can't make it out of tar. Actually, that's not a bad idea. We also get some aromatics out of it directly. This would cost us 350 tar to make 100 aromatics. To make it out of biomass, we can make it out of coke. We can make it out of... that's probably not one thing we want to do. And we can make it out of toluenes. 100 aromatics for 350... where is it? There. So you would require... this is 80, and then we make this. No, this is better. But I kind of know what we're going to do. We also have this largely untapped wood chest over here, and we're going to tap that. And going to pull it down and put it into another one of these two machines to make the tar for us. So basically we're going to make more tar out of wood. Good. So let's see. So this is the seaweed. This is the other stuff. Then we need one of you to make the CO2. For this we need more copper. Then we're going to need 2 or maybe even 4 destructive distillation columns. To make a little bit more tar. Are there other tar recipes actually? Oh, you can also make it out of stone. Ah. And we can make tennis balls? Oh no, this is a tar extractor. Stuck. Oh. Wait. Did I plan for 10 or 20 of these? We're currently making mushrooms. And if we have... I've planned for 10 of these. And 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, I made double the amount. Well, double the amount is good. We may or may not have to make some more out of it. That's also the reason why they can't complete this. So, let's see. Could half it down, or we could double it. Let's just double it up then. Destructive columns, please. We need some more pipes, some more iron, some more copper. Definitely some aluminum. So that's 4 of these. At least 2 of these. And then we actually have to make more of these. Is the pollution stable or is it growing? Currently, it's even shrinking. Or is it actually one of the... Oh. Oh. I do like these. I like graphs. I'm pretty sure we are producing more than we're consuming at the moment. But I'm pretty sure that we can go on a negative value at some point. Trees are currently consuming the most of it, as are the tiles. But look at these tree farms. These tree farms are already doing a good job. These moss farms are also doing a great job. They aren't exactly consuming as much as I think they would be, to be perfectly honest. What's this? Oh, oh. What? Wait a second. Why is the biter spawner consuming stuff? There could be a nest over here. Or maybe even a nest over here. Or maybe it's pollution that we do not see. That could also be a thing. I kind of get the feeling that there may be a nest over here. Or maybe a nest over here. Well, I have my trusty shotgun if things go to worse. Nevertheless, we need more of these. No, don't make cables. Also, we should probably build a few more radars just to keep a little bit more track of our surroundings. So, Pyanodon Life, make 5 of these, please. Then we need more plates. That's another tree. Then we need more copper. That's another. So 5, 3, that's 8. So we're up to 13 then. And now we're out of steel. So let's get over there. That would be the worst fate that we could have. If there is actually a biter spawner that we cannot see. And it's just slowly preparing an attack. And I really miss Crawdad. I really want to have a video call to run around with. Going over to the steel outpost is just so far away. There it is. What's this belt? Let's disconnect you. Kind of fed up with having to walk over there. Place these, please. Ah! Belt contamination. then make one of these. My inventory is just full. That should do the trick. Yeah, now it's balanced. So now the steel will come down the belt, which is a bit more easier for us. 15. So another 5. So we need some more engines, more copper, etc, etc, etc. Then we need more soil and more copper, and we can make these. And then we have a big mushroom plantation, which does double that what we actually need. But we also want to make some iron ore out of it for the biomass plantation. Actually, do we need the biomass plantation then still? I don't think so, actually. Because biomass was usually the food for these creatures, but no, we don't need them. So we actually made these for nothing. That kind of sucks. Also, while I'm here, have this, have this. So yeah, technically we should only make half of them. So that was an error. But we have everything else at the ready. Also, let me just place, say, a radar over here at this outpost. We did place a radar somewhere halfway because I was lazy. I think it's... yeah, it's just over there. I didn't want to walk any further, so I placed it there. But I kind of want to know what's, say, over here.